Welcome to Sports Jam on this Thanksgiving week. I'm John Jacobson.
I'm Jay Wilcox. Today on the show, a recap of a big boys hockey tournament in Plymouth, plus the start of conference play in one local boys basketball conference. And John and I unveil the picks for the 2013 Sports Jam football team.
Let's get it started, though, with girls swimming and diving. Lake Conference teams are always among the best in the state. Eden Prairie, Edina, and Minnetonka are always among the best in AA, as is Wayzata. The Trojans were hoping to break through to win it all this year. Highlights from the Class AA finals at the University of Minnesota. Chanhassen had its best ever showing at state, finishing fifth. The Storm set a new state record in the 200-yard medley relay. Wayzata, with anchor Anna Petty, finishes third. In the 200 individual medley, the Trojans pick up their only first-place finish in a race. Madison Price wins in 2 minutes, 1.91 seconds, only half a second off the state meet record. Now to the diving, where Wayzata has two top five finishers. This is Val Woolman, who finishes fifth. Her teammate Nicole Fontaine placed fourth. Back to swimming and the 100 freestyle race. Helene Donlin of Wayzata, who finished second in the 53, places third in the 100 in a time of 50.87 seconds. Great finish in the 500 free. Armstrong's Courtney Evanson in the middle of your screen, closing fast, but she is out-touched by Kira Zubar of Eden Prairie, who wins by 27 hundredths of a second. Evanson also finished second in the 200. Wayzata finishes second in both the 200 and 400 free relays. Their team of anchor Price plus Donlin, Sarah Lingen, and Megan Larson are second here in the 200. Wayzata wins state. Here's what a couple of state medalists had to say afterwards.
I'm happy with some of my times, but it was a really fun meet, and then I'm glad that I was here to swim in it and see all my friends. And I swim as best as I could tonight.
Well, my main goal was just to get best times in every event, and that's what I did. And our whole entire team just pulled through, and we're just happy that we got first.
Wayzata wins its first ever state championship in girls swimming and diving. Minnetonka finishes second with Edina third. Armstrong also cracked the top 10 with a 9th place finish. In Class A, Breck finished seventh with Benilde St. Margaret's 10th. Visitation won the state title for the 5th time since 2005. And Jay, as the winter season gets started, we saw some great hockey over the weekend at the Turkey Trot tournament.
That's right. 4 top 20 teams in action at Plymouth Ice Center. 3 of the 4 games over the 2 days were very good games as well. Wayzata entered this season as the top-ranked team in Class AA boys hockey after slipping past Maple Grove in the semis of the Channel 12 Turkey Trot tournament. Host Wayzata was ready to take on defending state champion Edina in the championship. Scoreless in the second when Max Zimmer's shot trickles past Edina goalie Andrew Rocco. Number 19, Luke Patterson, knocks it over the goal line and in for a 1-0 Wayzata lead. This is definitely a big rivalry, and things get heated on a couple of occasions in the second period. Alex Stevens of Wayzata, Matt Masterman of Edina mix it up after a scramble in front of the net. They each end up with double minors. A long breakout pass here by Edina, tipped into the Wayzata zone. Garrett Wade is there first, and he buries the shot. The Hornets tie it up at 1-1. A little more than 3 minutes later, the puck pops out front, and Cullen Munson shovels the backhander home to give Edina its first lead at 2-1. Still in the second, and Waite will sneak a long shot through traffic on the power play for a 3-1 lead. That's it for the scoring as number 2 Edina beats number 1 Wayzata to win the Turkey Trot title.
Maple Grove lost an overtime thriller to Wayzata on the first night of the tournament. The Crimson looked to bounce back in the third-place game against a Holy Family team that was smoked by Edina on opening night. The Crimson head coach Tom Starkey looking for his first win. First period, and Holy Family's Joey Maroney wins the face-off clean, walks in and scores. It's a power play goal, and the Fire lead 1-0. The Crimson answer back. Josh Passold and Joe Norenberg on a 2-on-1. Jake Abernathy trailing the play scores on the rebound, tying the game at 1 after a period. Up 2-1 in the third, Dane Abernathy shoots and scores from the circle as the puck trickles off of goalie Dayton Rasmussen and in. Maple Grove leads 3-1. But after a power play goal with about 2 minutes left, the Fire pulled their goalie late, and Will Guerin's rebound goal ties it with 23 seconds remaining. Looks like this one might go to overtime, but It didn't happen. Drake Thompson passes to Sam Valerius. The game went with 2.3 seconds left in regulation. Maple Grove wins a thriller 4-3. Crimson won't play again until December 5th. But a nice showing by Maple Grove, bouncing back. They really took Wayzata to overtime, as we saw on Friday night in an exciting game.
Yeah, even though that one turned out to be a loss, I think it was certainly a good performance by Maple Grove with a new team, new coaches and everything. Wayzata, I think, found out they are a very good team, but Edina definitely outplayed them in that championship, and it's going to be a great season for the Trojans, no doubt, but a little bit of a sting there after they lose to their big rival in the finals.
Oh, and the Hornets, who graduated 12 players off that state championship team from a year ago, still look very strong. They start the year 2-0. Now to girls hockey, where a local top 10 matchup turned into a very entertaining contest. The unbeaten Wayzata girls set for action against number 1 Benilde St. Margaret's. Kelly Panic delivers a breakout pass to Caitlin Riley. The defender falls. Riley cuts to the middle and scores for BSM. She adds another later in the first for a 2-0 lead. Becky Wacker's team erupts in the third period. Sophia Shaver carries to the slot. It's poke checked, but Maddie Wolfsman is there to bury it, and the Trojans are within 2-1. They tied on a power play goal. Caitlin Klein slides the pass to Shaver. Great backhander. It's 2-2. Trojans fired up in this one. And then just over a minute later, Klein forces a turnover and sets up Sophie Leininger for the goal. Wayzata stuns Benilde with 3 goals in a span of 3 minutes, 20 seconds to take the lead. But Panic works her magic late, picking up the loose puck and beating the D to tie it up with 2:35 to play. This great battle ends in a 3-3 tie between Wayzata and Benilde.
It's very rare for boys basketball teams to have games before Thanksgiving. The schedule's moved up this season, and some local squads hit the court on Friday night. Defending Northwest Suburban Conference champ Park Center hosting Maple Grove. Off a Maple Grove miss, Isaac Matthews rebounds and pushes it up court to set up Arion Farrar for the layup. He scores 11 on the night. Maple Grove counters with a 3 from the top of the key by freshman Brad Davison as they go ahead by a point in the first half. Park Center holds for the last shot before halftime. Isaiah McKay misses, but Elijah Wright scores on the putback, and it's 21-16 Pirates at the break. Maple Grove goes on a run to catch up. Big Jacob Sterling scores it inside. It's 26-26, 9 for Sterling on the night. The Crimson beat the press here as Matthew Lindgren sends it ahead to Taylor Schott for the driving layup. Maple Grove goes up 44-39. Late in the game, Matthews, though, steals the pass in the Crimson backcourt, drives and sets up Wright for the layup to give PC the lead back. It ends up tied at 46 all through regulation. In overtime, McKay steps up to bury a pull-up jumper, gives the Pirates the lead. He scores 16 to lead all scorers. McKay sets up Amani Hooker for a 3 from the corner. Park Center goes in front 51-48. Down by 3 late, Maple Grove with the last try. The inbound pass is briefly stolen, but Lindgren gets it back and fires it up. It's a near miss. Park Center wins 53-50 in an overtime thriller.
The key to overtime was to be patient, under control, not to make any forced shots, no turnovers, and just play with all your heart.
John, not a bad way to get the season started there. Plenty of action.
Not at all. Also, the Heritage Christian Academy boys scored 117 points in a win over Lakeview Christian. I think the Eagles are going to be pretty good this winter. Next up on Sports Jam, we honor the top football players in the Northwest suburbs on our all-area offense and defense. Welcome back to Sports Jam. It's time to recognize the first of our all-area teams in football.
The Prep Bowl is later this week, and although no local teams will be in it this year, it was a great fall for football in the area. Maple Grove and Osseo won conference titles this season, and they were joined by Totino Grace in the state playoffs. Those teams are well represented on the Sports Jam all-area offense. We'll start our Sports Jam offense up front with a strong line. Number 76, Cam Garlick, is a physical mauler at guard for Maple Grove. The 6'3", 255-pounder was a 3-year starter for the Crimson and was Northwest Suburban North Division Co-Offensive Lineman of the Year. Osseo guard number 66, Martin Olson, is a perfect fit for the Orioles offense. The 6', 250-pounder has good feet and can pass block and run block equally well. Olson was the conference Offensive Lineman of the Year in the West Division of the Northwest Suburban. Champlain Park's number 67, Jason Anderson, is one of the most dominant linemen in the area. The co-offensive lineman of the year with Garlick in the NWSC's North Division, the physical 6'2", 275-pound senior also won Conference Defensive Lineman of the Year honors. Maple Grove's number 63, Mitch Engel, is a 2-year All-Northwest Suburban Conference pick at guard. An excellent puller, Engel's mobile enough that he was used as a fullback in short yardage situations. Our center is number 70, Jeremy Pastor of Benilde St. Margaret's. The 6-foot, 250-pounder led the way for the Red Knights' strong offense, earning North Suburban Conference Offensive Lineman of the Year honors. Our quarterbacks include Osseo senior Matt Medke. The 6'3", 200-pounder had a superb year leading Osseo's potent passing attack. The second-team All-Metro pick completed 61% of his passes, throwing for 2,382 yards and 26 touchdowns.
Action. Going deep for Goldschmidt. It's caught. It's a touchdown for Osseo.
Also at quarterback is Benilde's dual-threat senior Keaton Studsrud. Studsrud threw for 1,555 yards and 18 TDs, while using his speed and toughness to rush for another 797 yards and 10 touchdowns. Studsrud's also a second-team All-Metro selection and North Suburban Conference MVP. At running back, Maple Grove's number 28, Tahi Nomain, had a great season as the power back in a dynamic duo. Nomain rushed for 1,192 yards, averaging 7.8 per carry, with 9 touchdowns to help the Crimson reach the state playoffs for the first time in 11 years.
And he bounces off tacklers and out.
Totino Grace's Kez Flomo is another outstanding back who split carries. Tough and quick, Flomo ran for 1,325 yards and 10 TDs while averaging 7.6 per attempt for the state semi-finalist Eagles. Wayzata's number 5, Tanner Bedard, isn't the biggest guy around at 5'7", 175, but he's quick and powerful. Bedard topped 700 yards rushing, averaging over 7 yards per carry with 13 TDs for the Trojans.
Up the middle, Tanner Bernard into the end zone for the score. Touchdown!
Maple Grove's Clark Winicky was the shifty, speedy half of the Crimson's backfield duo. The junior rushed for 12 touchdowns and 1,260 yards in all, averaging 7.9 per carry. Our tight end is Wayzata's number 86, Brandon Lingen. The 6'5", 240-pound second-team All-Metro selection is an outstanding blocker, adept at sealing the edge for the Trojans' ground game. Lingen caught 15 passes, 4 of them for touchdowns. He's verbally committed to the Gophers.
It's complete.
At wide receiver, Osseo's number 3, Connor Kittleson, had a great season. Blessed with size at 6'3" and great hands, the first-team All-Metro pick had 51 catches for 980 yards with 11 TDs, helping Osseo to state for the first time since 1993. Cooper's number 18, Kayvon Hawkins, is a very athletic receiver with good size at 6'2", 198. Team MVP Hawkins had 30 catches for 460 yards, a 15.3 average with 6 TD receptions, and earned all North Suburban Conference honors. It's a potent group, the Sports Jam offense. These guys also had good seasons. They are the honorable mention choices for offense.
That's a pretty good team.
Yeah, it sure is. And next up, John will unveil a group that might be able to stop them. I'm saying just might. We recognize the Sports Jam all-area defense in a moment.
A moment ago, we saw a fine collection of offensive football talent. But what if they lined up against this group? Here's a 2013 Sports Jam defense. Let's start on the defensive line, and Osseo's number 47, Denny Findley. Though undersized at just 5'9" and 170 pounds, Denny used his quickness and speed to run down ball carriers. He finished the season with 54 tackles, 10 of them for loss. The senior is voted the best defensive lineman in the Northwest Suburban Conference's West Division. Champlain Park's Matt Juneau played on both sides of the ball. We like him at defensive tackle. The 6'7", 275-pound senior was a 3-year starter for the Rebels. He was 2 times All-Northwest Suburban Conference and has a full ride offer to play football at the University of North Dakota. Wayzata's number 11, Drew Greeley, was definitely a player opposing coaches accounted for. Quick, big, and physical at 6'4" and 235 pounds, the senior defensive end finished with 35 tackles, including 6.5 for loss. Drew was named first-team All-Metro by the Star Tribune. Our linebackers include Maple Grove's number 20, Emmanuel Erich. The senior recorded 12 sacks and an incredible 27 tackles for loss among his 94 total tackles. He made a huge impact for an outstanding Crimson defense. Emmanuel is a 2-time All-Northwest Suburban Conference player. Benilde St. Margaret's number 43, Callahan Commerce, makes our squad at linebacker. Commerce was the leader of the BSM defense and enjoyed an outstanding year for the 7-3 Red Knights. Callahan led the team in tackles with 99. The senior from Plymouth was all North Suburban Conference. Wayzata's number 33, Logan Larson, is another in a long line of playmaking linebackers at the school. The senior is a technically sound tackler who made others around him better. Logan finished second on the team in tackles and recorded 3 sacks and 7.5 tackles for loss. Maple Grove's number 7, Peter Olson, was a 3-year starter at outside linebacker for the 10-1 Crimson.
Crimson football. Olson is going to go in for the touchdown.
Olson finished his senior season with 9 sacks, 19 tackles for loss, and 3 defensive touchdowns. He was Maple Grove's second leading point getter on defense. Osseo's number 29, Cortez Stanley, was a safety by position, but played more like a linebacker for the aggressive Osseo defense. Often playing near the line of scrimmage, Cortez led the Orioles in tackles with 104, 67 of them solo tackles. Cortez was named All-Northwest Suburban Conference. Number 7, Adam Burge of Park Center, was a solid cornerback for the Pirates this season. He recorded 85 tackles and 4 interceptions, including this one for a touchdown. Adam is one of the state's best juniors and is being recruited by several Division I schools. He'll double as our kick return guy, too, having averaged over 32 yards per kick return. Trutino Grace's number 28, Carlton Jam, makes our squad. Strong and quick as a playmaker in the defensive backfield, Jam racked up 75 tackles, 6 of them for loss, plus 3 interceptions. In 4 postseason games, Carlton also ran for 331 yards on just 34 carries. He was an All-Northwest Suburban Conference pick on defense. Wayzata's number 20, Kyle Calavoto, is a 3-year starter for the Trojans. A great deep safety and pass coverage, Kyle was good in run support too and a sure tackler. He was All-Lake Conference and finished the season with 53 tackles and 5 pass breakups and 1 interception.
It's up in the air and grabbed, and this is going to be a touchdown perhaps. Back the other way with it goes Engelken, and he is gone.
Number 30, Jake Engelken of Maple Grove, was an All-Metro and All-State strong safety for the Crimson. One opposing coach called Engelken the best defensive player in the conference and MVP of the Maple Grove defense. A huge hitter who flew around the field, Jake finished the year with 129 combined tackles and had 2 defensive touchdowns on fumble returns. We'll stop a lot of offenses with this group. It's the 2013 Sports Jam defense. And these guys had outstanding seasons as well. Here are the honorable mention selections for defense. Thanks to the coaches for their input again this year on those fine teams.
Yeah, a lot of fun putting those together. And next up, we're back after this on Sports Jam as we take a look back at one of our favorite stories from the fall season.
Welcome back to the show. We take a look back now at one of our Sports Jam Spotlight stories from early this fall. In this Spotlight segment from September, Jason Malillo profiled a young man who had to make the choice between high school and club soccer.
Sidney McLean scored 16 goals for Champlain Park last season, leading the Rebels to a section championship.
was very exciting because every game was really close, and I think by winning like every one of those games, we came closer as a team. Like we became a better team.
But the Champlin Park High School senior won't be leading the Rebels back to state this fall. He can't. McLean is foregoing his last season of high school soccer to play for Minnesota Thunder Academy, an elite club team. McLean debated his decision for a long time, talking to teammates and coaches for guidance.
It was a really difficult choice, but I picked to play with MTA because it was a better opportunity for me to, like see colleges and like get colleges to come watch me play at a high level.
Elite club teams like MTA are controversial. Supporters say the coaching and competition that club teams offer can't be found at the high school level. But how is high school soccer affected when some of the best players don't suit up for their schools?
The minuses are, we're losing the top 50 to 60 high school soccer players in the state on the boys' side and now on the girls' side as well. So to see that top talent not playing every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is tough. But there's also pluses to that. It opens up other opportunities for other players.
I think it affects it in a way that I think it makes everything a little bit more neutral. It makes it more competitive, if that's the word.
It makes high school
I think so, because now you don't have the quote-unquote stars, so now it's a team effort. And I think with everything else there's going to be other guys that rise to the occasion as well. So there are going to be some new stars in the high school game.
McLean admits he does miss high school soccer. The camaraderie, playing with his friends, representing his school, are things his club team can't offer.
I really miss that a lot because, everybody gather up to come and watch a soccer game at school, and it's just fun to be in that environment.
But ultimately, McLean is at peace with his decision. He's content being a student at Champlin Park and confident that playing soccer for MTA will raise his game to the highest level possible. Jason Malillo, 12 Sports.
Sydney's ultimate goal is to get a scholarship to play collegiate soccer. We're back to wrap up the program after this.
Stepping up to make a difference.
And the next thing I knew, I was over there. I mean, I could see he needed help, and I ran over.
Whether it was running into a burning building to save a life or helping others far away.
Those kids have become my second family.
They leave thankful people in their wake.
There's no words that describe it. I mean, I'm so grateful for the second chance I got.
Watch Stepping Up Thanksgiving weekend on 12 News.
Follow 12 Sports replays and live events on Twitter, Facebook, and live stream. Watch your favorite high school athletes performing live on your computer or mobile device. Link to us on 12.tv.
Holiday fun is in store for you at the Crystal Winterfest on Saturday, December 7th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Crystal Community Center. Find out more at 12.tv.
Our game of the week is a pre-Thanksgiving girls hockey matchup between Maple Grove and Blaine. You can watch the game live on the website at 12.tv Tuesday night at 7. That's from the Maple Grove Community Center. Or catch the replays here on Channel 12 Wednesday at 7 and 10 p.m. Next week on Sports Jams, look back at some of our favorite Sports Jam spotlight stories from the fall season.
And we'll have our first full winter show coming up in 2 weeks. From all of our Sports Jam crew, have a safe and happy Thanksgiving week.
Get into the holiday spirit at the Holly Sunday celebration on Sunday, December 8th from 2 to 5 at the Brooklyn Center Community Center. Get more details at 12.tv.
12 Sports replays and live events on Twitter, Facebook, and live stream. Watch your favorite high school athletes performing live on your computer or mobile device. Link to us on 12.tv.